Over the past few years, I have played my fair share of games and gotten some really fun platinums along the way, but I have also gotten some pretty miserable ones. Some of them were too grindy, too hard, or sometimes just flat out a horrendous gaming experience. These are 5 platinum trophies that I would not wish on my worst enemy. Overwatch is a 7 out of 10, taking 100 hours to complete. However, the amount of time it takes to complete depends completely on if you're boosting or not. Every trophy takes a combination of skill and luck, a lot of them leaning more towards luck. Overwatch was the game of the year of 2016, so a lot of people know what this game is and have played it, but if you don't, back when I got this platinum, it was a 6v6 multiplayer first-person shooter. They changed it to Overwatch 2 and now it's a 5v5, but it's practically the same game. I will say Overwatch 1 is way better than what Overwatch 2 could ever be. I have over 3,000 hours on this game, so I got a lot of the trophies organically. I started playing it back in 2016, 10 years ago. For the most part, the trophies follow the same format. There are 2 trophies for each hero, you have to get 4 kills with your ultimate for one of them, and a random trophy usually related to one of the abilities. There are some other trophies like winning 100 games, or getting like 50 items with a character, but all of those you will get before you get this platinum. I promise. Some of the trophies are easy, like blocking 1,000 damage with a single use of Maze Wall. Easy. Others are borderline impossible. The 2 hardest ones for me were the Reaper and the Lucio one. The Lucio trophy requires you to get 3 killing blows while wall riding as Lucio, without dying, which is extremely hard. Not only is Lucio a support, but getting kills while riding in PlayStation is basically impossible for casual players. The workaround to this one is to boop people off the map and wall ride as they fall to their deaths, but you need to get 3 of those without dying. You also need to be playing in maps where this is possible, and while most maps have a place where you can fall off, only a few maps have that near the objective. The Reaper one is even worse. It requires you to get 3 solo kills with a single clip of Reaper's shotguns, which sounds easy, but if your teammates do even 1 damage to the enemy, the kill doesn't count. So you have to kill 3 people without dying or reloading, and you have to deal all of the damage. This is literally impossible without boosting, and even if you boost, it's hard as hell. When I got it, I was inviting people from the enemy team to a party with my friends and begging them to let me kill them 3 times. It was miserable, but it worked. Some of them require the enemy to play a specific hero, for example the Winston trophy is to destroy 10 turrets without dying, which was a lot easier back in the day when Symmetra had 6 turrets, but she only has 3 now. I'm sure to anyone that does not know what Overwatch is, these names make no sense, but bear with me. These trophies being so specific to every single hero basically require you to master every hero or get lucky playing them. Regardless, you will probably spend a lot of time getting some of these trophies. And I can't imagine how much harder it is now that there are only 5 players in the game, so I am very glad that I got these trophies when Overwatch was a 6v6. Because now you basically need to get a team wipe with every single ult. There's a reason why this platinum and some of these trophies are as rare as they are. Genshin Impact is a 7 out of 10, taking 200 hours to complete. It is a free-to-play action role-playing game set in a fantasy open world, and it is a gacha game, meaning you need to open loot boxes or wishes to get the characters you play as. And you can spend a lot of money on it. This was my COVID game. I was playing it like 8 hours a day, so I managed to get a lot of the trophies organically. And I wouldn't wish this grind on my worst enemy. The game is good, or, well, was. I haven't played it in a while, and judging by the percent I'm in with the platinum, they've added a lot of DLC. But the platinum is just not worth it, especially if you're not already into the game. Keep your sanity. For the grind, you have to open 800 chests on every region. I know, crazy. You also have to level up both a character and a weapon to phase 6. Both of those take a lot of time and hunting for resources to level up things, and the hardest thing is getting every star in the Spiral Abyss. The Spiral Abyss is this dungeon-esque challenge where you need to clear floors, each harder than the last. I think you have a time limit for it too. I don't know, I haven't played this game in forever. This game is very much luck-based. You build your characters with items that you get in dungeons, and said items have randomly generated stats. So you need to farm these dungeons to get good items to make your party strong enough for the abyss. Pair that with the mundane chess grind and, well, you have yourself a nightmare. But these two games, while long, were games that I played way before I started trophy hunting, and honestly only got the platinums because I truly loved those games. The next three are games that I played while I was a trophy hunter, so these made me truly miserable. Adam's Venture is the easiest game on this list by far. It takes like 3 hours to complete, so how come a game so short could even make this list? Well, the answer is simple. This game sucks. It is such a bad game that it took me weeks to get this done, and it is only 3 hours of gameplay. There's only 15 trophies, all of them literally for finishing the game. This is probably the most miserable I've ever been getting a platinum. I would rather get the Overwatch platinum 20 times over again than get this one more time. I bought this game only for the platinum and it taught me to never do that again. The game is an Uncharted ripoff, but it does it so bad I don't even want to call it that. I would be surprised if a single person ever liked this game. It is a buggy mess, the voice acting sucks, the gameplay also sucks, I have literally nothing good to say about this game. The only thing I liked about this game is that I don't have to play it again. The Last of Us is my favorite game ever, and I would say that the trophy list is overall pretty good. I like the difficulty-related trophies, and did not mind the collectibles at all, since they add a lot to the environment and they're not too hard to obtain. I've even gotten this platinum twice. The reason why this game is here is because of the horrible multiplayer trophies it has. In the multiplayer, you can play two journeys, the Firefly journey and the Hunter journey. It is basically the exact same thing, but you play on a different team that has a different skin. Literally, that's it. You have your camp, winning matches and getting kills, gives you resources to feed your camp. If your camp dies, you have to restart the entire journey. Each journey is 84 whole matches. 80 fucking 4. Which may not seem like a lot, but trust me, it is. The multiplayer is just bad. You can leave 2 matches for every one you play and still keep your camp alive if you play it well, but man, it really does suck. Resident Evil Revelations 2 is an amazing game. For the most part, I really enjoyed it, at least the first playthrough, since I really liked the Resident Evil series. However, they went a little crazy with the trophy list here, making this game the rarest Resident Evil Platinum. The guide says that this game should take 25 hours to complete and that it is a 7 out of 10, but it took me closer to 60 hours because of 2 specific trophies. Or, well, 8 trophies. The game is divided into episodes. It's kind of like a Telltale-esque setting, I guess. They used to release the episodes one by one, kind of like Dispatch. And so the trophies are related to the episodes. You have to get every medal in every episode, and you have to finish every episode in invisible mode. Those are the 8 hardest trophies in the game. The medals were mostly grindy, consisting of things like killing 8 enemies with molotovs, knife kills, killing enemies without taking damage, stuff like that. The sucky part about the medals is the amount of replays you need to do per episode, since there are not enough enemies or resources to get every medal on one run. The other part that sucks about this is that they don't track progress in episodes, so you need to wait until after the episode to see if you got the medal or not. And more often than not, I was not getting the medals that I was going for, so just having to replay the game over and over and over again. However, the part that actually had me throwing my controller outside my window was invisible mode. A game mode that makes every enemy in the game invisible and forces you to play on the hardest difficulty. Literally, what the fuck? This is the biggest reason a lot of people don't get this platinum. Some of the character abilities let you see enemies for a quick second, but you basically need to know where every enemy is. It was a pain to finish, especially in segments where you have to fight many enemies at the same time. Thankfully, the game saves often enough, so at least I wasn't having to replay long-ass segments over and over again. Apart from these, there is also Countdown mode, a game mode that makes you basically speedrun every episode. It is truly a pain of a platinum, but it is an ultra rare, so in my opinion, totally worth it. But I would not do it again. Those were the 5 platinum trophies that I struggled the most to obtain solely because they made me so miserable. But some of the upcoming games I want to platinum will 100% be even more miserable. So maybe a year from now, I'll remake this video and the list will be completely different. But I doubt Adam's Venture will ever leave this list.